Oh, good googly bloody
Lobsters. Package.
Oh, God. Thursday. Yep, Thursday the 9th of Thursday. Around about breakfast time. Around about breakfast in the morning. It's time to get out the porridge bowl. Take out your Scotch oats. One thing I've noticed, I know there is a stereotype of the Scotch that they're tight, that they don't like to open their wallets. And I think a clear example of this is Scottish oats, where you open the box of the oats, and normally contained within cereal boxes is an internal plastic bag that contains the cereals to keep them fresh. Not in Scottish oats, though. They're just in the box, just loose, roaming around in the cardboard box, just getting it done, just doing their oaty business their own way. They're doing their oaty business on their terms. The Scottish oats, they give nay fucks. And they're out for a good time, not a long time. They're out on the bucky. They've put a bloody quarter pipe up against Hadrian's Wall, and they're just riding their little BMXs up and down it, having the bloody time of their life, and refusing to use an internal plastic bag in their boxes of oats. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coffee and Memes. It's here. It's fine by me. The dog is here. Tally woo, there she is. She's asleep currently, but for how long? I don't know. She'll almost certainly get bored, wander up, try and sit on my lap. That is largely impractical. But we'll see. I've actually not introduced her to Wesley Snipes. We'll see how they get on. Not well is my guess. It could start a war. It could start a blood feud. Never know. It could be akin to the war between the trans family and the Psytrance Mafia, which we will have an update on tomorrow. I'll tell you what, though, as a favour to the few members of the community that fucking hate trance wars, I will dignify you by doing it at the end of the show, okay? So I'll give you fair warning that trance wars is about to start. You can just tune out. You can just fuck off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes. Welcome to Threshold.fm, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, just the internet in general. We out here, man. We out here getting it done. Chode there apologising for the Scotch, being concerned about the environment. Don't fob me off with that nonsense that the reason there are no plastic bags contained within the Scottish Oats boxes, that it's anything to do with the environment. Good Lord. Guys, hey, how's it going? Good to see you all this morning. You're all looking very well, and I must say, what smashing blouses you have on. The men as well as the ladies. Incredible stuff. What have we got in the news? All manner of nonsense. New bits. Oh, God, yeah, we'll get into that. NASA to smash spaceship into asteroid during planetary defense mission in 2022. Hamill racking up 33 shares on that. So that's it's red panty night in the Hamill household tonight. Octopus sucks onto vlogger's face and won't let go. Bit of fun, that. Police investigation. Jake Paul mansion party claims women were drugged. Oh dear. Not cool. Celebrity spunk face masks. They're a thing. As you can see, they're just painting the jizz onto the face. I guess she's wearing white face. I think that would be the right term for that. Jizzy white face. A lot, guys, a lot of smoking gun news today. A lot of Florida news, and a catch up on our friend, the SoundCloud rapping tweaker who attempted to tug one out in a font in a church. Remember him? We investigated his SoundCloud a bit. It wasn't. I mean, it was a bit padgy, if you know what I mean. Anyway, update on him. What else have we got? Florida man, 23, arrested for "I eat ass" sticker on rear window of truck. Whatever happened to freedom of speech? Whatever happened? Whatever happened to the First Amendment? Come on. Meet woman who had alligator in her yoga pants. Is that an alligator, or are you just... and blind date sends gay couple to island where homosexuality is illegal. This is exactly what we didn't want to happen. There's something very Brass Eye about that. Or was that in the Day Today? No, that was Brass Eye, wasn't it? That was the paedophile episode of Brass Eye where they send the notorious paedophile into space, but by a terrible accident, accidentally, a child gets left on the on the spaceship. This is exactly what we didn't want to happen. And sheep registered as pupils in bid to save classes at French Alps Primary School. What next? Sheep voting? Hey, well, there's a metaphor there, isn't there? Right. In terms of show throwers, in terms of footwear flingers, I got this bit called Giant Machines by AC13 or AC13. Sonic Warfare by Traced and HK. And Void by Zombie Cats and Vegas. They're all a bit of fun. I'm going to play a new bit of mine, actually. Bit of fucking Uncle Ranks. That went up on SoundCloud yesterday. Just a sort of bit of a piss about I had recently of an afternoon, playing around with some jazz samples and some amens. Ooh. A few vocals, a few sample pad vocals, a few jazz loops, a few amen drum breaks, couple of little bass lines. Nothing to worry about. Really, don't get your knickers in a twist over that one. It's going to be absolutely ruddy bloody fine. Right, let's have, I'll tell you what, start off with this bit by Void. No, sorry, bit by Zombie Cats and Vegas. It's called Void. It's, I think it'll help get the show on the road.
Resist nothing.
If that's what we're after, I don't know.
Inside my chest, I could feel myself being sucked into a void. It felt as if the void was inside myself rather than outside.
Lobsters.
Suddenly, there was no more fear. And I let myself fall into that void. I have no recollection of what happened after that.
Let me know where you're listening and what you're wearing. I'm keen to know. Lee, that's enough.
Void.
Kieran Robson's in Newcastle wearing his vintage Kevin Keegan rubber face mask. Matic is Abletoning in his slacks. In the fairness of all the Oaks. Jode's in the garage wearing Dickies, gaining capital. Rob Humphries is wearing his usual hangdog expression. U-Man's in Kiwiland. Lee is currently topless with board shorts, living the dream in the shitty weather. What are you doing, CrossFit or something? What's the deal? Are you an MMA fighter?
Being sucked into a void.
If you're listening on Facebook, smash a comment because I feel like the Facebook comments are not coming up in my chat aggregator. Josh Williams absolutely smashed that comment. Jake's on Facebook. Absolute boy. Your boy DJ Morphy is hooked up to a dialysis machine at this very moment. God bless you. God bless you. Rob is wearing his colleagues down with his constant bitter cynicism. That's nice. Nice thing to wear. I'm into that. Into that as an outfit. Mr. Fun Socks wearing a Legend of Zelda dressing gown. Good to see our listeners are grown up. I'm impressed. Generally impressed. Listen, guys, should we get into the news? Let's do this one. Bit of fun. Teenager wakes up to find out he spent $3,500 on a night out at a strip club. He is just a boy. He is how old? 18. Will Turton. I'll give him one of these. Just a little one. Smithers reporting from the Lad Bible. Teenager woke up with the hangover from hell after he racked up a $3,500 bill trying to live like Pablo Escobar while enjoying a stag do. Oopsie. Will Turton, 18, splashed his life savings on a raucous night, with the majority of his money going on £120 a time dances with women at the X in the City lap dancing club in Liverpool. Wow, that's a lot of dances, man. Oh, this is a pending transaction screen grab from his bank account. Oh, my days. But eventually the money ran out and the teen's card was declined. He woke up the next day with no recollection of what had happened, claiming he thinks his drink had been spiked. Yeah, all right, nice one. After hearing about this eventful night, one thoughtful Facebook user set up a fundraising page to help the young legend, the quote-unquote young legend, recoup his losses. Wow, is there a link to it? Come on. Where is it? No, Will's funds can be found here. Let's have a little look-see. Let's see how he's doing. 500 quid raised so far. Not bad, is it? It's titled the Will Turton Idiot Fund. Nice. Okay, sorry, back up a little bit. There's quite a lot of this. The page was called the Will Turton Idiot Fund. The man behind it all, Dwayne Bryn, wrote, "Let's all muck together and try and soften the blow for this young legend." I feel like he's had too many soft blows.
Lobsters.
He went on. He spent and lost his life savings on $3,500 on some strippers. Now Will has cried out that he was spiked. Bullshit. I call shenanigans on that. We think he just went nuts like an 18-year-old virgin would do in a strip joint. I don't know if anyone's really, on a couple of occasions, and often for no good reason, you get that real doom, that real serious come down doom, the real lack of a sense of well-being, the serious doomy dread. That is the look. That face there is the look of a man with the serious mega doom. He's just spent his life savings in a titty bar. Oh my God. That's impressive, mate. If you saved up $3,500 by yourself and you're only 18, You want to be one of those freaking Instagram pricks that keeps coming up on my bloody Instagram feed. This happens like once a month or something. I get one day where my entire Instagram stream is completely flooded with with adverts just for other people's accounts, and they're always like just shithouse 2-bit quote unquote influencers stood by like clearly a rented, basically doing a DJ Gov, standing next to a rented motor, like spouting off, I was 17 years old and working myself to death at $6.50 an hour. And now look, I've got an Audi R8. Like, A, you've obviously not got an Audi R8, you little mug. Like, 17 years old, you were working yourself to death. You fucking prick. Like, at 17 years old, yeah, you should be working yourself to death at bloody $6.80 an hour or whatever. Like, how long can you have been working for to constitute working yourself to death? Like, 6 months? Yeah, if you're 17, like, you left school at, I don't know, it's basically you'd been 17 within a few months. And then how long you've been? I was working myself to death for 3 months. 3 months on £6.30 an hour until I started to change my mindset. Now I sell CBD oil online, and I sell CBD suppositories that people put into their butts to reduce quote-unquote inflammation. Wow, now I rent an Audi R8 once a month for a photo shoot. I borrowed my stepmom's car. Fuck off, mate. Why are you coming up on my freaking timeline? Oh, God, I should ditch Instagram as well. Jesus, waste a lot of time on that bullshit. Anyway, back to Will Turton, young legend. Young Ledge. That's his new... Well, he might as well start a SoundCloud rap career, eh? Young legend. He needs to spell it Y-U-N-G, though. Anyway, one thing is 100, and that one thing is 100, maybe 100%, and that is that the strip club took advantage of the young drunk lad and ripped him of his life savings that were for a car. Maybe he was going to buy an R8. Luckily for us, one of Will's mates from his hometown Doncaster, Ryan Curtis, was there on the fateful night to capture the moment. His soul leaves his body as he realises what has happened. Oh, God, look at him. Yeah, that really is the soul leaving a body right there. Oh. Also, I mean, you're going to be hungover really to oblivion. And then realising, yep, you ain't getting that motor anymore, buddy. And you don't even remember that is. The photo where the photos were then promptly posted online with a public announcement by Nathan Gregory, who wrote, "Public announcement. Anyone feeling down? A bit rough from last night? Well, here's something to cheer you up. A young Will Turton took part in a big boy stag do in Liverpool with Ryan Curtis and ended up in a strip club by himself at 4 p.m. What, by himself at 4 p.m? Hours passed and he leaves the club at roughly 1 a.m, feeling a little bit worse for wear. Reckons he's been spiked. Turns out he's been living at large like a young Pablo Escobar, getting dances off 2 or 3 or 4 birds at a time. The best part, each girl for every 30 minutes is 120 quid, racking up a grand total of 3.5 grand. What a life lesson. See below images of young man's soul leaving his body as he checks his online banking. Lord a mercy. The candid snaps show a fairly downbeat Will back in the hotel room the following day, unsure of what's happened. Another is a screenshot of Will's account showing almost £500 being taken out in one transaction. Since it was shared online, Nathan's post has received more than 16,000 likes and been shared more than 9,000 times. Not everyone was as gutted as Will about the whole thing, however, with hundreds of amused Facebook users commenting on the post. One person wrote, "Yup, that's a typical young Donny lad." Another commented, "Haha, serves him right." Lad Bible has contacted X in the city for comment. Will's fundraiser can be found here. Well, God bless him, young king, young legend. I hope you learn a lesson, really, and I hope other people can learn a lesson that... what is the lesson here? Don't get drunk in strip clubs. It's probably a wise move. You know, they may be churches of Poon, but please, you know, just... spend some money, but not all your money. You know, when the fun stops, it's time to, it's time to quit. Right, listen, guys. Should we have another little? Hey, look. Tell you what. Play that one record of mine. It's called "Say It Like It Is," because that's what one of the vocal bits says. So that seemed like an appropriate name for the record. I think I might do a new EP. I haven't done one for a little bit. Did that Prospect one. Although I might do a new EP of stuff that's a little bit different. Not my sort of rugged attempts at doing hard neuro, which never really turn out how I want them to, but what are you going to do about it? Thought I might make some stuff a bit different. Maybe some stuff of the sort of like oldie, worldy drum and bassy that we're also deeply fond of. Working on a little bit yesterday with the Traymen in it, which I was enjoying. So maybe some bits like that. That'd be fun. Perhaps I'll put it up on the Patreon for free download for Patreon subscribers. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Lovely stuff. Anyway, this is the one that I posted yesterday. It's called Say It Like It Is.
They will tear your mind away, away, away from yourself. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. Let me be your dog. Let me say it like it is. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. They will tear your mind away, away, away from yourself. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. Let me be your dog. Let me say it like it is. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. They will tear your mind away, away, away from yourself. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. Let me be your dog. Let me say it like it is. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. They will tear your mind away, away, away from yourself. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. Let me be your dog. Let me say it like it is. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. They will tear your mind away, away, away from yourself. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. Let me be your dog. Let me say it like it is. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. They will tear your mind away, away, away from yourself. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before. Let me be your dog. Let me say it like it is. I know what's wrong with you. You should have told me before.
Yes, basically it's just Amen lift music. The build, thank you very much. Robin Card, thank you very much. Chode Ryder, thank you very much. I'll spend it all on gear, don't you worry. I won't let you down. Yep, right, yeah, it's done that one now. That's the end of that. Anyway, that's called Say It Like It Is. It's by me, and it's up on SoundCloud. Probably stick it on next DP and that. Lobsters. Jesus Christ. Yeah, right, okay, what else we got? Bloody Nora, where are we? What's going on? Who am I? What? Oh. All right, let's do it. Here we go. This is a, so the Metro have articles called My Label and Me. They're often about sort of race and sexuality, that sort of malarkey. But not today. Today it's about a champagne socialist. My Label and Me. I've been called a Tory and a communist, but I'm really a champagne socialist. And you're really a bell end. By Lebby Ayers. Okay, Lebby. You are the worst kind of person. You are the kind of person who is responsible for what's happening in Venezuela. I don't know if I could do the voice all the way through. I was standing in the steward's enclosure at Henley Royal Regatta, sipping champagne, being subjected to a tirade of abuse from an ex, Rupert. My crime? Admitting I voted for Jeremy Corbyn in the first round of the Labour Party leadership elections back in 2015. In Rupert's eyes, that made me a champagne socialist, the kind of person who wants to deny everyone the kind of luxury I've enjoyed from my childhood onwards. Poverty for all, rather than Prosecco. It wasn't the first time I've been called that, and it won't be the last. And all because I believe it's time to address the ever-increasing gulf between rich and poor. And yes, despite having gone to public school, she says, drinking from a sort of pewter tankard, stood below some oars, presumably used for an Oxford-Cambridge rowing race. As a proud North Londoner, living first in Camden and then in Islington, I grew up surrounded by people with left-wing views. My brother's best friend painted his room red in honour of the Labour Party, and I'd listen to them playing ska and punk music, absorbing the right-on anti-fascist sentiments of the Specials and the Clash. However, at my elite girls' school in Edgware, I developed a rather more right-wing stance, fed up with hearing about the evils of the system. I still had lingering memories of the rubbish piled up during the winter of discontent and candlelit homework sessions, and retained some admiration for milk snatcher Margaret Thatcher for taking away that disgusting mid-morning drink. Fuck's sake. But 2 years at posh public school, Marlborough College, destroyed any lingering Tory sentiment I might have had. I rubbed shoulders with the likes of supermodel Stella Tennant, Samantha Cameron, and other children of the aristocracy, gradually becoming more and more disillusioned with how unquestioning my fellow pupils were of their privilege. At a lavish wedding one summer, a horrified guest I'd ranted at during dinner took my father aside and said, "Do you know your daughter is a communist?" There she is, pictured at her mantelpiece, presumably in some sort of study, under a large oil painting of probably one of her relatives, another member of the aristocracy. It was the first time I'd been labelled by a member of the upper classes. Outraged there was a red in their midst, she had felt the need to shop me for breaking some kind of social code. But I was pleased I'd managed to rattle her cage. At Oxford, with my love of drinking bubbly and throwing dinner parties, I was quickly given the label of champagne socialist by my group of friends. The Latin-studying boat race rower who, hilariously in their opinion, not only voted Labour, who was then a card-carrying member of the party. The implication behind the label has always been that my privilege discounts me from holding left-wing views, and even makes me a figure of fun. On the one hand, I'm too posh to understand the struggles of the working class, and on the other, I'm hopelessly naive in not grasping that trickle-down economics is the only true way of empowering the workers. Except for that brief moment in 1997 when Tony Blair's rise to power was toasted in upper-middle-class sitting rooms as well as working men's clubs across the land. Us champagne socialists have been universally reviled by both sides of the political divide. We're not just responsible for spending all the money on ridiculous things like childcare provision and upgrading schools. It's also our fault Brexit is happening, because as members of the out-of-touch metropolitan elite, we don't understand what day-to-day life is like for ordinary people. The irony is, because of my background, I'm regarded as something of an outsider in my Islington street. Members of my book group secretly suspect I'm a right-wing mole. Oh God! Are we supposed to feel sorry for her? I don't get it. Like what? Like the other ones in this series about like people with disabilities, or I don't know, mate. The fact that I've sent my eldest to grammar school and drive home with a boot full of champers from my second home in France every holiday confirms in their minds that I'm a traitor to the left-wing cause. You reckon? Well, still, as a staunch Remainer, I am no longer a Corbynista. So I'm stuck with claims of ideological betrayal from both sides. Oh, you Poor soul. Oh, well, luckily you have that boot full of champers to console yourself with. But I'm proud to be a champagne socialist. It's not a label I want to change, despite accusations of hypocrisy. We're not out of touch like Marie Antoinette, demanding everyone be allowed to eat cake or quaff champers. We just want a fairer society, and we're prepared to pay more tax to make it happen. Don't revile posh people for being left-wing. What's wrong with having principles, after all? Well, maybe if rather than just spending your money on boots full of champers and your bloody second home in France, you could sell that second home in France and give the money to the poor. If your ideology was that strong, maybe you could give all your money to the poor. You could sell your Islington house, move into a council flat somewhere, give all your money to the poor. But no, I want to obviously, reduce the wealth gap, just not with any of my wealth, just other people's wealth. But please, just as long as I don't have to give up my boot of champers or my second home in France. But yes, no, I'm very, very left wing. Bless you. Yeah, I don't know. Are we supposed to feel sorry for her? Because I don't. I mean, just shut up, kind of. Really, I guess. Bless her. I'll give her
Lobsters. Lobsters.
And one
package.
And
I just walk in, play like the sickest sets. People just go nuts.
Right, come on, let's get into some Jasper Hamill. NASA to smash spaceship into asteroid during planetary defense mission in 2022. NASA is preparing to launch a mission to smash a planetary defense spaceship into an asteroid. In 2022, a craft called Double Asteroid Redirection Test, also known as DART, nice, will crash into Didymos, a binary asteroid consisting of a small rock orbiting a large one. Why do we hate binary so much? Hey guys, come on. It will be NASA's first demonstration of technology that has the potential to protect the whole of humanity from apocalypse asteroids, obviously apart from the UK, in the event of a no-deal Brexit, as we have stated many times on this show. NASA said the mission will launch in 2021 and attempt to pull off a feat so far only seen in science fiction films. When DART hits Didymos, scientists will watch closely through telescopes. Nice. The craft's Didymos reconnaissance and asteroid camera for OpNav, which is called Draco camera. It's hoped that smashing the spaceship into Didymos will either destroy the rock or steer it onto a new course. Okay, what if it doesn't? What if it splits it open and millions of bastard aliens pop out of it and they come down to Earth and we have some sort of dreadful bloody Mars attack situation? And I don't know. I don't know. We probably deserve it. These are both options for saving ourselves from asteroids found to be on a collision course with Earth. DART will crash into Didymos B, which is one of the pair of rocks which make up the binary asteroid. Even though we're performing ground-based observations, we don't know much about Didymos B in terms of composition and structure. Yeah, what if it's full of Todd? What if it's full of space Todd? And we know the last thing we need is bloody space Todd raining down on the Earth. Oh, that'd be dreadful having to scrape that off the car every morning before we go to work. We need to anticipate a wide range of possibilities and predict their outcomes so that after DART slams into Didymos B, we'll know what our measurements are telling us. The head of NASA's Planetary Defense Division, that's a fun job title, isn't it? Recently suggested that a nuclear strike several hundred meters from the surface of an incoming asteroid could be the best way of averting impact. Test it all out. Send Bruce Willis up there. That has been traditionally the solution. Poor old Brucey on a suicide mission. Just getting it done. According to Lindley Johnson, not to be confused with Lyndon Johnson, Lindley Johnson, who leads the division, detonating a nuclear device far enough away from the asteroid would cause it to shift trajectory. The most effective technique, we think, would be to have an explosion of a nuclear device several hundred meters away from the surface of the asteroid. The nuclear radiation causes superheating of the asteroid's surface and imparts a force on the asteroid in the opposite direction. However, simply firing nuclear missiles directly into the asteroid would cause radioactive dust and debris to rain down on the Earth. blow it up into bitty pieces, and then you got a bunch of buckshot headed at you, Mr. Johnson said in a very confusing accent. You haven't changed the direction of it. You just broke it up into fucking pieces, and it rained down on the earth like a bunch of bastards. No, we do not want it at all. I have no idea where he's from. It's a deeply problematic accent. I shall never do it again. Right, come on, let's have another one of these shoe throws. This is called Sonic Warfare. It's by Traced and HK of some sort of collection of music called The Reckoning. Shout out the Czech Republic crew listening on the app. Some America crew. Some Italians. Some Irish. Some Polish. I see you. Someone listening on the iPhone app in Windsor. Is that little Archie? Maybe. 100% props to Video Soul, who absolutely excelled himself by making an Agent Penis movie poster. Which, look, I should flash it up on the screen quickly, but I don't want to get the video pulled off Facebook and YouTube for having exposed penis. So I have to flash it up very quickly, and then you can go back and pause it and look at it in all its glory. He's up on the Discord, though. If you have not already, please join the Threshold Discord server. I'll post the link here. Yes, indeed, Lee. We have Rankins Records today at 3 p.m. Few new bits of Discogs as well, just arrived. Also coming up at 11, sticking on a rerun of last night's brand new Gold Top, featuring Drop Tech. And this evening at 7 o'clock, Eastern Front. And at 9, all aboard with Duff. All the fucking shoe throwing goodness you could ever want. This is a great record, actually. I feel this could be Shoe Thrower of the Week. This is a nice bit of kit. Yeah, that's Sonic Warfare by Traced and HK. Of some little collection of noise called The Reckoning. The Reckoning. Guilty plea in baptismal font desecration. Yep, so this is our boy, Zachary Burdick. He's featured a couple of times on the show. Anyway, it's good to see how the court case is progressing. A North Dakota man has pleaded guilty to stripping off his clothes and desecrating a Catholic church's baptismal font during a methamphetamine-fueled rampage that was witnessed by 75 individuals attending Mass. In a deal with prosecutors, Zachary Burdick, 21, pleaded guilty Thursday to misdemeanor disorderly conduct and indecent exposure charges in connection with a bizarre October 9th incident at the Spirit of Life Church in Mandan, a Bismarck suburb. Burdick, seen at right, was originally charged with felony indecent exposure, but that count was reduced as part of a plea deal. A district court judge has not set a sentencing date for Burdick, according to an online case document. As detailed in the probable cause affidavit, Burdick was tweaking on meth when he appeared in the church entryway at 9 a.m. Mass, which was underway. Burdick removed his clothes and entered the font, where he began masturbating facing the altar. Churchgoer Daryl Kilzer, 68, told cops that he saw Burdick splash around in the holy water fountain before entering the sanctuary while masturbating. The church pastor, Father Todd Crittinger, was conducting Mass when Burdick appeared and dipped his rear end into the holy water fountain, then splashed about a bit before entering the sanctuary while masturbating. Crittinger estimated it would cost 500 quid to clean and sanitize the font. During police questioning, Burdick admitted that he was tweaking on meth and had used hashish oil. What are you growling at? You start. There's probably some communists outside or something. Hates commies. Effectively, thinking about it though, dogs are actual bloody commies. They're always coming around asking for a bit of your food, asking for a bit of your lunch or something. They don't work for it. Tully. You grumpy chicken. Anyway, during police questioning, Burdick admitted that he was tweaking on meth and that he had used hashish oil. At one point, Burdick reportedly told cops that he was trying to bust a nut inside the church. Burdick was freed on bond until March 12th, where he failed to show for a court hearing. Oh, Burdick, you silly boy. Don't... Bloody hell. He was subsequently arrested and booked into the Burley Morton County Detention Center. Burdick's Facebook page described him as a rapper, producer, and songwriter, and includes links to his SoundCloud page. Well, let's give it a go. He's man, my boy's only got 18 followers, right? Well, he's just got a new one. There we go. Nothing for the last 11 months. This is called Vibe With Me.
Until I'm faded, pop X and feel amazing. I'm got my mind's hazy, the thoughts are all racing. Write rhymes in my basement, with flames like I'm a dragon. No time is ever wasted, no I am not to play with. I say fuck you to the critics who hate it when I spit it. You're tripping, I'm the sickest all day, I'm writing lyrics. My words defying physics, write songs that fucking kill it. I'm going to your village like a villain, I'm a pillage it. I'm music's newest militant, robbing you of innocence. I'm never out of stimulants, got pockets full of Ritalin. Another dose is in.
So he's got pockets full of Ritalin.
Crushing on my medicine and snorting all the evidence. My rhymes are always genuine, nice. I'm only fucking relevant. In the booth I'm killing it, truthing all my sentences. When you hate my elegance, no fucks given, I'm relevant. I'm gone, my only focus is development. So just vibe with me and ride with me.
There we go, his Instagram account here. Here is a rock bottom will teach you lessons that mountain tops will never. Well, I'm afraid does seem like you may have hit rock bottom with the whole trying to bust a nut, the church font situation. Oh, he's a Rick and Morty fan. Okay, well, maybe it was Rick and Morty that have, convinced him that this is a good idea. It says here, the universe is yours. You create your own destiny. Jack off in a font. Wow. Okay, I mean, the signs were pretty clear. Someone should have stopped him. God bless. Give him another follow. There you go. He's a good boy. When did he last post? 5th of March. Oh, he's still going. Okay. Reboot system. Well, I hope he gets his act together.
The war has just begun. If you hate my shit, just know I don't give a fuck. Cause I already know how hard my shit can bump. It's in everyone's stereo. Subs just about to blow. Dopest with the microphone. My bars will give you vertigo. I'm fucked up in the studio. Going in, I lose control and drift out to another world where only legends go. Just vibe with me and ride with me. I'm just me. I don't try to be something that I'm not. That's not right to me. So keep it 100. Never lie to me. Just vibe.
That's Unknown with Vibe With Me, remaster, produced by Urban Nerd, presumably not associated with the London dance music outfit Urban Nerds. Well, God bless him. I hope he maybe gets his shit together, and I hope they I mean, I don't know, send him to prison. I mean, for God's sake. Like, he's obviously just, having a rough episode. And he's ended up butt naked in a font trying to bust a nut. But we've all been there, man. We've all, spent $3,500 in a strip club. You're feeling doomy. You try and have a little bit of meth, make yourself feel better. Before you know it, you're busting a nut in a font. Let the poor guy go. Unknown. Poor Zachary Burdick from Bismarck, United States. What else do we have here? We have 13 minutes of the show remaining. Police investigate Jake Paul mansion party over claims women were drugged. Not cool, Jake Paul. Not cool. Police are investigating a house party held by YouTube star Jake Paul after claims that several women were left unable to walk after being drugged. That's not good, is it? All right, there's a ABC News video here.
Well, that's right. The LA County Sheriff's Department is trying to figure out what happened behind the gates there. That is where the home of YouTube celebrity Jake Paul is located. Now, there was a huge party here, according to neighbors, and investigators are looking into an allegation that drinks might have been spiked. Now, this is one of Jake Paul's neighbors. She says those injuries you see happened after a partygoer ended up in her backyard. She says she injured herself as she tried to call 911. She doesn't want to be identified, but she claims the intruder appeared to be drunk or on drugs and was banging on the back door of her home. As she went to call the sheriffs, she fell, hitting her face on the stone floor. She says the person was arrested. Sheriff's investigators are looking into that, as well as
Jesus, look at the size of that bloody house. That fucking YouTube money on fleek. Jesus. What?
On the stone floor. She says
good money in being a prick.
Sheriff's investigators are looking into that, as well as allegations that some people at the party had their drinks spiked. LA County Fire confirms it received 3 calls from the home on Saturday night, including 2 for people who were transported to the hospital for intoxication. Eyewitness News spoke with one woman who says her daughter was a victim. The Sheriff's Department confirms they are speaking with that woman. Sheriffs say they are calling hospitals, but so far have not received information that, quote, young adults were drugged. Now, neighbors say these events are disrupting their lives, and they say that the Homeowners Association is looking into possible legal action to see if anything can be done. The Sheriff's Department, meanwhile, says it is investigating and it is asking for the public's help. Anyone who might have information about what occurred here on Saturday is asked to call the Malibu Lost Hills Sheriff Station.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't have any information, so I guess I'll just keep stuff to myself. According to local reports, Los Angeles County Fire received 3 calls from the home on Saturday night, with 2 people being taken to hospital. In a post to a Facebook group, Moms of Conejo Valley, one woman claimed several women had their drinks spiked. The post said, a big warning to those with teenage daughters. My daughter was at a party in Calabasas last night with YouTuber Jake Paul. God, he looks like a bellend, doesn't he? You look like a pound shop Vanilla Ice, mate. The house was a mansion filled with young people. Oh no. She ended up in the hospital with 8 other girls, Jesus, who had been drugged and ended up at West Hills Hospital incoherent. Something was put in their drinks. Well, that's not fucking good, is it? She added they were made to sign a disclaimer at the door. Jesus. I'm sharing this in hopes that You will talk with your teens and young adults. I'm sharing this in hope to help someone. I will be reporting this to the authorities. There is no suggestion that Jake Paul was involved in any criminal activity. Oh, thank God. Looks like a pretty wild party, though. Pretty wild party. The allegations were reported to Malibu Lost Hills Sheriff Station. Spokesperson for the force said on Sunday, 5th of May, 2019, the Malibu Lost Hills Sheriff Station was made aware of a possible single occurrence of unwillful impairment related to a party attended on the 4th. Detectives are in the beginning stages of information gathering for the incident. The Sheriff's Department treats allegations such as these seriously and will use all known resources to investigate. So this is the neighbour. It appears she tried to call the cops and I guess fell over on the way to do it. Young adults were drugged. One of the vlogger's neighbours, however, claims she injured her face as she tried to call 911 after a stranger from the party allegedly began banging on the door. The woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, apart from obviously the large picture of her face that's being posted, said that the intruder appeared to be drunk or on drugs. She said that she went to call the police. She fell, hit her face on the stone floor. That's rough. The party was being held to celebrate the 22nd birthday of rapper Designer. And photos from the night show a red carpet in the driveway as well as a boxing ring. Posting to Twitter, Paul's brother and fellow YouTuber Logan Paul said, "Jake Paul threw the best party LA has ever seen," to which Jake replied, "Wow." That Bible has contacted Jake Paul for comment. Gutted that Jake Paul has not responded to the Lad Bible for comment. I'm sure Dominic Smithers would have been absolutely gagging for that. 14 shares on this one. Absolutely smashing it out of the park, boys. Impressed. Oh, enough seemed like a pair of bellends, the Paul brothers. Right, let's have... got another one. I think I've got another one for you. Yeah, this is called Giant Machines by AC13 or AC13. It's an interesting bit, all things considered. All right, I'm going to flash up the Agent Penis poster. Just going to be quick. I'm going to leave it for a couple of seconds, okay? And then I'll take it down because I don't want to end up with a freaking strike on my account on Facebook. Don't be reporting it like. All right, here we go. All right, wait for it. Woo! It's so fucking good. Video soul, you've absolutely excelled yourself. Yeah, right. That's enough. You might want to go back and pause that. If you're listening on the podcast, I make strong recommendations to go to YouTube or Facebook and have a look at that. Or join the Discord. It's in there somewhere. This is nice. Could do with amens though, couldn't it? Imagine it had a fucking roaring train men going through it. Alright. It's the end of the show. Tally, do you want to come up, help me read out the VIP list? Lazy bitch. So fucking lazy. Tally? Yeah, come here. Come on. Lazy bones. Look, there's only 3 minutes left of the show. Come on. Come here. Come on, up you come. Up. Oh, you're a good girl, aren't you? Oh, yes. What a good girl. Have you ever seen a girl this good? Come on, talking to the mic. Yeah, give it a sniff. Smell good? Yeah, give it a little lick. It's lovely stuff. Right. Just time left for the VIP list. This is a list of fine humans and lobsters that are supporting the show regularly on freaking Patreon and sort of in general. If you want your name on this list, just go to threshold.fm and go to donate and it'll give you all the information that you need. Sally, what do you think of Wesley Snipes? Keen? Callously indifferent. Okay, that is Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthieu Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief, Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, Ryan Glaser, James Parry, Dave Thompson, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Swift, Liam, the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, Guy With No STD, Justin Mercer, NC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dark Progressive Sidetrans is actually superior to drum and bass. Nicolas Lorcy, Dameon Rayner, Kris Breaks, The Build, Karissa Barthelson, Odin Bates, Lee Fuller, D, General Genvy, Flaxis, Alexander Cassidy, Matt Wright, Dylan Laws, Grant Sullivan, Not That, Tom Robinson, subscribe on YouTube, Greg Cornford, Grace Sellers, Dad Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Mr. Happy, the German trance overlord of D&B, Ranking Makes Uplifting Vocal Side Trance on the O's Cosmic Waft, Give a Cool Tool in the Motorpool but Don't Let You Meet Live, Nick Brock, Mustang Philly, Sean Simpson, Sam House and Robin Card, a fine bunch of lobsters. So hang around on threshold.fm now for the replay of last night's Gold Top show with Drop Tech. It's a fine bit of kit. And I'll be back at 3 o'clock for Rankins Records. I'll see you then. I love you. I love you. One day we will snog under the moonlight and it'll be beautiful. Okay, goodbye. Tally, say goodbye. Come on. Such a moody little cow. Lovely, don't she?